For 20 years, our house has experienced a lot.
He's back! Are you kidding me?
Triumph, defeat, heartbreak, euphoria. It's been home to legends, and legends in the making. We've watched homegrown kids grow up here and welcome friends who became family.
The ballpark is in a frenzy.
Like our fans, this place has developed a reputation. And that's just the way we like it. In a city bursting at the seams with history, our house has had its fair share.
Howling drive, way out of here. Grand slam, Victorino. The Philadelphia Phillies are going to the World Series.
But it's not time to harp on history.
It's time to make more history.
He's going to just watch it go.
Our team story is not done. It's barely been written.
Something's brewing with this team, John.
We're here for the long haul and the long ball.
That one is going to be long gone.
It's been a fun 2 decades,
Son of a gun, I love this place.
but this is the only looking back we're doing
With a rainmaker.
because we're tired of knocking on the door. It's time to kick it down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a 1 week before Christmas episode of Sorry in Advance. I'm your host, Sean, joined by Scott. Scott's having technical difficulties. It is a weekly thing with us having technical difficulties, but we're on time today, so that counts for something.
That's a win.
That's a win, but Scott's background, it's ironic though, because your Sorry in Advance background usually works when your fan is on and your fan is off, and now it won't work.
Yeah, I don't know. The computer updated and it just wiped all the pictures.
That's fine. I could watch this video all day. Hell yeah, Mom.
Yeah, I could too.
As soon as Dustin and the guys made that for us, like I think they texted to us, and I was just like, wow, like brick wall.
It's amazing.
That is be cool if it had a better result, in the actual real world, but whatever. What's up, John?
What's up, John?
How you doing, man? John, your profile picture gets me every time I see it. Hold on. Ready? So this is great timing. So I have John, who is a big Cowboys fan. And then he's, yo fellas with this profile picture. And then you get our brothers on the network. How about them Cowboys? I just want to say 100% I picked the Cowboys to win. Not only did I pick them to win, I picked them to win at least by 10.
That's
I don't
good.
know how Carolina was favored. Like, come on.
Well, I think it's just because of the their performance over the last couple weeks. I mean, they only lost to Kansas City by a point.
Oh, Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was that too, and they almost beat us.
Almost don't count.
Oh, God, all right. Here we go. Well, they only lost to Kansas City by a point, and then you bring us up and like, no, that's different. Speaking of the birds, I what a win. The fact that it was just like, yeah, we'll give you guys the ball twice, in the second half. If you don't do anything, that's it.
You know what? Like, I'm like kind of I'm shocked. Hey, what's up, Mom? I was kind of shocked at Tomlin's decision because I thought he was a very smart coach. It turns out he is not. Or either that or he just knew that they weren't winning.
Well, I guess they said they had two things going against each other. It was the Eagles have never beaten Russell Westbrook.
Russell Wilson.
Pittsburgh has Russell Wilson. Wow. What the hell? Sorry. That's terrible. And the Steelers had never won in the Link.
They haven't beat us since 1965.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And honestly, before this year, I think that might have been the last, not 1965, but the last time I was at an Eagles game was like when the Link around first opened, and the were there.
Yeah. And wait, I'm pretty. Oh yeah. Yeah, and they smoked them.
I was gonna say. I mean, it's
that
where I went to a game.
Was T.O. on that team? The Eagles.
I'm talking before this. I'm talking before all that.
Oh, so it wasn't the link because T.O. opened the link.
Dude, I don't even know if I knew you then.
It's probably at the.
There were happier times in my life, and they're all back, But I mean, dude, and the best part, and I should have got a clip of it, but we all know, we've all seen it, is Jalen Hurts coming out to the press conference after,
dressed like Denzel Washington in training day.
Ever just want to come out and be like, "Are we all done yet? Like, you guys done talking?"
Nah, now he's got to throw for 400 yards next week.
Dude, it's no matter what he does, he will get. He could throw for 39 of 40 for 600 yards. Why didn't he throw 40 for 40? He only ran for 200 yards too. Why didn't he run for 250? Like, it's ridiculous, dude. It is. You would never, ever, ever know the record that this team has. That we haven't lost in 10 games.
It's funny because like you have so much going on with this team. You like you have on the sideline after Jalen Carter made that dumb penalty. You have Nick Sirianni in the face of Clint Hurt. Yeah. And Dom is like trying to calm it down.
Dom's earning his paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like every which way you turn, there's always a fight or argument or whatever, but they still win.
Yeah.
They're doing it on purpose just to get themselves hyped up.
Dude, probably. They're starting fights with each other. They're actually drawing out of a hat and be like, all right, now when do we do
it? This week it's going to be such and such.
Yeah. It's going to be Kenny Gainwell for like some stupid reason. He's going to have like 3 snaps, but he's going to start a fight.
Do you remember, was it last year when the Eagles were like collapsing? He tweeted at halftime.
Yes. Yes. Everyone's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like everyone's probably checking like the game's on, right?
I was like, did he get hacked? I will say that. Kudos to him, man. He was a stud.
Yeah. Yeah, he came in strong. I mean, dude, Jalen Hurts had a great game. 25 for 32 for 290 yards and 200 passing touchdowns. On Sunday,
and he's still getting criticized.
Yeah, that means 198 of them were called back. 2 passing touchdowns. One to AJ Brown, one to Devontae Smith. I saw the video yesterday too, where it was Vinny Curry, where he called the play while it was happening, like right before, like they're at the line, and he goes slant touchdown pass to Devontae Smith. Boom. Devontae Smith cuts across, and then they're just like, yo, Vinny Curry. And Vinny Curry just gets up. He's like, this game's easy, and just walks away.
I mean, the score really didn't do it justice. They dominated.
Yeah. Cowboys might now lose again. Oh, might not lose again. Sorry. I know that's probably what you meant. Yeah, I mean, I won't say that they have like they definitely don't have an easy schedule. Especially because they play Washington next, right?
The Eagles, they play Washington, and then after that, it's I think it's Dallas and then the Giants.
That's the thing too. Is just like I know they clinched a playoff spot.
They can clinch.
I think they win the division if they win against them.
And
right?
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, they're that much closer to clinching the NFC.
I mean, I don't think it's going to come down to that Minnesota-Detroit game because Detroit is so injured. I think Detroit. Dude,
I didn't realize how many people they lost that game. I thought it was just Montgomery. I didn't even see the other people. Like,
I think they're going to drop at least another game before they play Minnesota.
Probably. I mean, I felt so bad for Jared Goff. Dude again threw for like 5 touchdowns, 6,000 yards,
and they
still lost. Lost.
I mean, Josh Allen is he's an alien. I don't know what happened. I think they said he has over 1,000 yards in his last like 3 games, like well over.
Probably. And here's the thing: it's just like I know everybody is saying, Josh Allen's the
MVP.
Running away with the MVP. Did you see how now it's him and Lamar Jackson only? Like I know, I'm just accepting that Saquon's out of it pretty much.
Yeah, which I don't listen. I'm fine with it. Just win the Super Bowl. Just go and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
At this point,
yeah. I mean, we don't need anything else.
No,
I don't think they need anything else. I think the coolest thing is Saquon has shown that repeatedly too. Is like it started like in the beginning of the season, a few games in when he was going to get the rushing record, and then he said no, like let the young kids go in and do their thing, and blah blah blah. And then even Sirianni was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah.
But then he comes out a few games later, then breaks the rushing record. He's like, "Nah, I'll have a chance to do it again. Don't worry about it."
I'll tell you what, it was a good thing Kenny G played well because I mean they were holding Saquon out basically that whole first half.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. I mean, up through halftime, like it was a close game. It was 13-17 going into halftime.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh was really like when they were starting to come on at the end of the first half. I'm just like, but it just showed like how I don't want to say they don't rely on Kenny Pickett so much, but you could tell he was not playing, that he was out.
Yeah, and I was just waiting for that turnover, and it finally happened with Najee Harris fumbling the ball out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And
like literally.
Wasn't like a tough little shovel passer. Like
it just hit him in the chest and just
yeah.
They said that's his first fumble of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even see that. Oh. Yeah. So anyway, we play the Commanders. We win the NFC East. And that's the thing too, is just like the Steelers go to Baltimore. They're fighting neck and neck for their division. Because the Steelers are in first there. So that's I think that's going to be a pretty good game. I would assume
a good game.
I would assume Kenny Pickett's coming back. Hopefully next game. For their sake.
Yeah, he should be. Definitely should. No, he definitely will be. I think they were just holding him out for precautionary reasons.
Oh, I don't know why I keep saying Kenny Pickett. George Pickens. Jesus,
yeah.
I don't know.
We
what
got
the hell
Kenny. We
have Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
I'm just like, wait a minute. I keep saying it too. I'm like, God. And like as I'm saying it, I'm like, that's wrong. That's not who we're talking about. He forced the ball to Brown a couple times.
Yeah, he did. But you know what though? More than half the time, Brown called it.
Yeah.
I mean, and not for nothing, it's like night and day from last year with Jalen Hurts running. He was so slow last year.
Yeah.
And this year, I don't know what kind of injury he had. I think they said like a knee injury last year. Dude, this year he's really fast.
Yeah. I mean, last year had me worried because it reminded me, and this was me going to an extreme when it happened, but like when he wasn't running as much, I was like, here we go. It's the same thing that happened to Donovan. It's like Donovan was known for having the legs to run, and then he just stopped.
Well, I think with the whole Donovan thing, I mean, he was coming off that fractured fibula, the torn ACL back-to-back years.
Right.
And then I think he had another leg injury, and then I guess he was just like I'm just going to pick and choose when to run. But I think they told Jalen last year to stop running.
Right, and that was the thing, is I was just like, is he just not going to run anymore? Because that really is the main part of his game. And then it just reminded me of Donovan, because I'm just like, all right, is he going to like get huge like Donovan did and then just not run? And I'm like, all right, whatever.
I also think that
Kenny Pickett playing for Steelers or Russell Westbrook playing for Yeah, that's my bad. That's
I also think that's probably that's a big part why they signed Saquon as well too, because they were probably wondering if he gets hurt again and he can't run out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Kind of one-dimensional at that point.
The fact that you have two star running backs pretty much
in
the backfield.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really good game. I mean, and the fact that again that the Eagles had the ball for 24 minutes in the second half is insane. That
last drive was incredible, and they didn't even score, which was even better. They didn't need to.
And I saw one guy made a video on. I watched it twice, and it was like a little 2-3 minute clip on YouTube where the guy talked about that second half, and he goes, "It is the most embarrassing way to play football, and the Eagles did such a good way." And I'm like, "Are you complimenting the Eagles or are you bashing them?" Because the way he's talking throughout the whole video is just basically saying how they destroyed the Steelers in the second half, that they just shut them down, and he's just like, "It's embarrassing football. Good job, Eagles, on shutting them down." I'm like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that you're trying to like, or embarrassing on the Steelers' part.
I'll tell you what, like, the Steelers have a really good defense, and for the Eagles to hold the ball that long on the last drive was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like I have Najee Harris on my fantasy football team, and I was like, "There's not a chance I'm starting him, not against our defense right now."
Nah, and he didn't do much.
Yeah. Did you see the interview with, oh my God, he won the Super Bowl with us and then retired, but he played for the Patriots too. Dude, I'm drawing a blank.
He won the Super Bowl in 2017.
Yeah, and
then went to the Patriots.
No, he was with the Patriots first and then came to us. Defense.
Look, no, I thought it was
defense.
Defense. Oh, Chris Long.
Thank you, Jesus. I was gonna say his dad doesn't like the Eagles. He did on his podcast the other day saying how, like, when the Eagles hired Vic Fangio, that everyone had been like, "Oh, like they have his defense figured out. Like they'll be able to score on him. Like people, like he's been around this league so long, they know what he's gonna do." Blah blah blah. I don't think so. So far, man.
Like I said, and I'm not going to jinx it, but kudos to Howie Roseman for drafting Mitchell and DeJean and Georgia Bulldogs.
Kenyon Mitchell is ridiculous.
He's the top leader for defensive player of our defensive
rookie of the year.
Yeah.
How the hell can he not be? And Cooper DeJean's got to be close to second.
Yeah, I know. I'll say this: Jalen Carter is going to end up winning Defensive Player of the Year at some point in his career.
You think so?
Yeah, Jalen Carter, dude, he's a beast. Nobody can stop him. Nobody can stop.
He's just throwing punches left and right. He don't even care anymore.
I can't believe he did. Dude, when I saw that, I was like, he better like calm down. He's going to break his hand. He legit threw a punch.
Him and Slay. And I love that. Everyone's got helmets on it. But then the best part was the refs were just like, we didn't see any punches thrown. And I'm like, they were literally 3 inches from a camera and you see nothing but punches flying.
Dude, they had to have been a makeup call because on that play, dude, that guy held Slay for 20 yards.
Oh God, yeah.
Literally 20 yards. Yeah. And Slay had every right to fight back. Yeah. Dude, he bump rushed him into the stands.
Yeah. Through the end zone. And it's just like, dude, relax.
What are you doing? And he's like 5'10", 5'11". The other guy's doing it. He's like 300 pounds.
But then, like, as soon as was it Jalen Carter that came over?
That guy scared. It was Carter and Mitchell.
Ran away quick.
He
left camera real quick.
I didn't even you blinked and he was gone.
He was.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So the other topic I wanted to get to, which we kind of got into a little bit real quick, was the current NFL MVP race, which is pretty much now between. Do you think so? If I were to show you stats between him and Lamar Jackson, you might. Is it all about stats?
Show the stats from the last 4 or 5 weeks.
That's what I was going to say. Is it? What have you done for me lately? Or
no? Yeah, obviously it's what have you done for me lately.
So here is their stats. Let me get rid of our faces. I mean, that is it's close.
Look at the records, though. That's the thing. Like
I know,
and every week it switches. Like the last 3 weeks it was Saquon Barkley. Josh Allen. The things that Josh Allen are doing, Lamar hasn't even done. Like catching passes after he throws it to a receiver. I mean, he threw a chest pass. I mean, it didn't count, but still, dude, it's like Pat Mahomes.
Here's what's funny to me, and I'm gonna let me see if I can actually blow this up without my computer blowing up. Oh, there we go. Lamar Jackson has almost 300 more rushing yards than Josh Allen, but 3 touchdowns compared to 11 rushing touchdowns for Josh Allen.
which is insane.
That's insane to me because Josh Allen will run. He will rush for touchdowns. Lamar Jackson was known for his rushing too. But I mean, he has Derrick Henry this year, so I know that's. But like, I don't know, man. Like this is very close.
I will say this: I think Josh Allen wins if if they end up with a better record than Baltimore. It's going to go by record.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just,
and I think that 100% it'll go by record.
I think too. It's like you said. It's what have you done for me lately? So I can't. I could try and narrow it down by like the last 4 games or something, but
it's insane.
Yeah, I think that was like kind of nuts for me because I'm looking and I'm just like, how is if you're just doing whoa, where are you?
I'm right here.
What is happening? There we go. I'm looking and I'm like, if it's mainly by stats, then
Lamar would win.
Without but it's like
everybody
wasn't even in the conversation until this week.
Like my whole thing is though, like the last couple of weeks, it's all the talk's been Josh Allen because of how he's been playing. I just think it's gonna go by record. Honestly, I really do.
Eagles win the Super Bowl. You are not wrong, JC.
You are not wrong.
And Emerson. So here's, and I'm so excited that I get to use this graphic now. If I can find it and not mess it up. Ready? I'm gonna get rid of our faces. If you're ready for this.
Oh yeah.
That's you can still see me, and I don't like that. There we go. No, damn it! I'm still learning. Sorry. So, who is on the hot seat right now? And I think it is definitely there. We go. There's you. How do you not have the coach and or GM of the
whole
New York
front
Giants,
office?
The whole front office besides the owner, except the one guy in the video who questions him immediately is just like, do we really think no one's going to sign Saquon Barkley to whatever they were going to, and then he's just like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to beat this. And then it's just like, yeah. And then look at what he's doing. And then you got rid of Daniel Jones. Like you are a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And that's putting it politely.
I think they're going to clean house relatively soon, probably right after the season.
Yeah. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
I think it's insane how that, like, they weren't good before. No. They really have struggled. They struggled with Saquon. And I think it's
because that's all they had.
Right. And it's like, all right, like they had Sterling Shepard. He was all right. And you had oh my God. Odell Beckham Jr. He went nuts.
Yeah, like he's a free agent now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
They really honestly haven't been good since they had Eli.
No, you haven't. And Eli wasn't even like a great quarterback either.
He just got lucky, I think.
A lot. Well, twice.
Yeah. I just think, like I said, that whole front office is going to get cleared out. I mean, potentially Dallas too with Mike McCarthy. I don't know what if he stays.
Apparently, so many people have stuck up for him, like in the locker room and all. Players are stuck up for him, so they're saying that,
keep him.
Oh, works out for everybody except Dallas, so it's fine.
And Derek.
Dude, yeah.
I'll say this: as long as Jerry stays there, they'll never win.
And he's too thick-headed to, I don't even know what else to say.
You can't tell him anything.
No.
Because he won't listen.
No shot. He's on pace to break the Russian record week 18 for Black Monday is coming for Giants.
Oh yeah. I wonder I'm wondering if he can break it against the Giants, do you play him?
If
Saquon.
You just hope, I guess, he doesn't need to play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he will have like I think they'll have everything wrapped up by then. But would you play him or do you just play him the first half, depending on how many yards he needs?
Do you leave it up to him?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't like it's like a tough decision.
If he has it, I mean,
like if he needs like 85 yards, right, to break it.
Yeah.
I'll go. I would, if I was Sirianni, I'd go up to him and I'll be like, all right, you have the first half and that's it.
I mean, here's my thing is you have you know someone's going to be going after his knees.
That's what I mean. Like I don't want to risk it.
Right. And here's my thing too is the fact that like I want him to get it. But I already have like a really sore spot in my chest for first round buys, after the Phillies. So I kind of like don't even want to buy the first week.
Nah, I want to buy
at the same time.
Yeah, I think. See, it's different with
totally
the
different.
NFL.
They're used to a week off and plus a bye week. So
a couple bye weeks. I mean, if you play on Thursday, yeah.
What kind of cheese, Chris? I need to know. Dallas will never have a good coach because Jerry wants to control. Yeah, but doesn't want to be a coach.
Right. Yeah. It just doesn't want to be a coach.
What if nobody ever applied for the coaching position?
Just Mike McCarthy the rest of the time.
No, I'm just saying, like, what if they fire Mike McCarthy and then it's just like, nobody wants to be a coach for the Dallas Cowboys.
I guess Dak would be the first player coach.
Pete rose the shit out of it. He said, if I'm Barkley, I'm going for it.
Well, thank God Barkley doesn't have too much control. I'm telling you.
Eagles defense is no cap. They're legit. Make their offense. Yeah.
Best defense in the league.
Yes, absolutely. That sharp provolone. Stinky toots, man. Christmas had nothing to do with the sports broad day. Jesus. All right. Oh, hot take Robo next head coach.
Oh, another choke artist.
Man.
I would love that. What about maybe you can get Keyshawn in there too?
You know what? Get Micah Parsons to call the game too.
What about Dion?
You think he's going to get fired from Colorado soon?
No, but he could leave after his son goes to the draft.
Probably, yeah.
And
it's a shame, man. You could have got Belichick, but never would have happened in Dallas.
Going to be very interesting. Speaking of that, it's going to be very interesting to see how he does in North Carolina. To see if he can.
Real quick, also talk about how an Eagles chant broke out at his first gym. He's in North Carolina and an Eagles chant breaks out.
Yeah, I know. But it'll be interesting to see if he can have the same effect as Dion did with Colorado, which I think he will, but it'll be much bigger.
I think it'll be better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they'll be national championship contenders overnight, but I think they could be in 2 years. I mean, I don't know. The transfer portal or whatever is so crazy.
I was going to say that could change everything. The fact that a whole entire team just entered the transfer portal when the coach left.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see.
Especially for the fact that, like, he can do what he couldn't in the NFL. Like, he can pick every single player that he wants, technically.
And give him money.
And now give him money. Like, that's
what I was wondering. Like, maybe he teams up with Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan starts throwing money around.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jordan still own an
the
NBA
Bob
team?
Or the no, he sold it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't.
I think he sold like 2 years ago, maybe. It was the Hornets.
That's right. Jesus, I was gonna say
they went from the Bob. Dude, he was there for a while.
Yeah, it was like 10 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, he went from the It was the Bobcats and then the Hornets because they changed names.
Dude made $3 billion.
Yeah, it's insane.
Jesus. Good Lord. I want to own a team just to sell it. So you said hot take Romo next coach. Kevin Green. Derek says Romo knows football. His coach killed him. I think you are not wrong. I'll tell you what, I enjoy Romo as an announcer.
No, so do I.
I love when he literally will call a play and then
Dude, they like had to tell him to stop.
I know.
And I'm like, why? Like, I like it.
Because he's probably reading the NFL script and they're like, dude, you're making it way too obvious.
The crazy thing is like every play that he called was correct, and it wasn't like the team didn't turn the ball over. Like he was like, yeah, that player is going to be wide open every play or every time they run this.
Yeah. Or literally just the exact play, and then like drolling on the screen right before it happened. It's just like, dude, why were you so bad? Like he wasn't terrible, but it's just like, why did you never win? If you know what's happening now, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. All right, so Derek had little off topic, but who you got winning it all in college?
Ooh,
obviously got Texas beating Clemson.
I like I would really like to see Boise State make some noise, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. It's going to be tough. I'm going to be a homer, and I'm going to say I like Penn State. It's wide open. Besides Oregon, maybe.
I don't even know what to say anymore because I took Army last week over Navy, and that worked out really great for me. Right on the day that my brother-in-law gets home from his Army deployment,
and they get
literally
the
lose. Day of comes home, and I'm just like, oh, there's a chance, and I'm like, nope, 27-13. Okay, this sucks. So yeah, it's I don't know. I got Texas beating Clemson. That's all I know. I can see it. Oh, who's Notre Dame playing? This is literally where I'm at, and I paid attention. Oh, Indiana.
Indiana could beat them. I think.
11-1 go against 11-1. I think Notre Dame wins.
I don't know.
Just because I'm Irish. That's all. That's literally the only reason. $22 million in the nil fund. Wow, that's insane.
I know. It's really. Like I said, I think they have to switch the portal rules because they do it before the playoffs, and I think that's dumb. They got to do it after the college playoffs.
Yeah,
I think. I don't. I like it's ass backwards with that. Because Penn State just had a player transfer because he was a quarterback, and all the quarterbacks were getting like picked up, and he wanted to stay, but he wasn't going to start because of Drew Allar because he was coming back, and he basically just left because he needed to start somewhere.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. And now he won't even be on the team for the playoffs.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah, that's why I think they got to figure out a way how they can move it to after the playoffs.
Yeah,
like an off season.
You mean like they do in the NFL and all?
and every other sport?
Every other sport, like that makes no sense. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the whole Marshall team hit the portal.
They did.
I tell you what, that's loyalty to the coach right there.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, because there ain't no guarantee that you get picked up either. So
no.
And I was seeing this too. According to Open Doors' annual report on the nil market, early projections point to the nil market exceeding $2.5 billion in the first year of student athlete revenue sharing in 25 and 26.
See, that's crazy to me.
That's insane.
Yeah,
it's absolutely insane.
I know.
Isn't it amazing what gambling can do? Finally made it legal, and look what's happening now. College players are now legally getting paid.
Some more than pros.
Some more, dude. Some deserving it more than pros too.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
So anyway, moving on to baseball, which in a recent news is that Cody Bellinger signed with the New York or got traded to the New York Yankees, and I believe I read it right that he already picked up his option for next year too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Because they said that the Cubs sent over $5 million, which half of it's covering this year and half is covering next year, which would cancel out his $5 million buyout. The part I found the funniest was the fact that Cody Bellinger's wife is Gary. Is Gary's what is with me in names today? My God, Stanton's ex.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, drama building up in the Bronx already. Here we go.
Hey, at least they're making moves. Because I mean, I'm telling you right now, the Phillies are asleep at the wheel, and at this point, they might not even make the playoffs.
So here's my thing. I don't believe the Phillies are worse than the Mets. That meant nothing in the playoffs. I still believe the Phillies will be fighting for.
Are the Phillies better than the Cubs? No.
Yes. I think as a total team, yes. The Cubs do not have a better pitching staff than we do.
No, but we need to hit. That's the problem.
Right. So we need the wind to be blowing out.
Yeah.
So I will say Justin Steele struggled last year. And he's their ace. Excuse me.
Well, they also they got money back in that deal.
In what?
In the Bellinger deal, I believe, because I saw a thing saying that they were going to use the money for starting pitching.
Well, yeah, they got $25 million off. So they got $22.5 million off the books because they paid for.
But that's what I mean.
They got because they Bellinger's contract was 25 or 27, and they sent 2 over. So say they got $25 million off the books.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they ran out their starting pitching, they're better than us.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't think their pitching is going to be better than
what are the Phillies what is Dave trying to do? I really don't understand anymore.
I don't know if he is just overvaluing his roster for trying to make moves, or if I don't know.
What move out there
think
now?
About it all the time.
What move out there now is a needle mover?
I said that. I said that to somebody earlier. I commented because someone was just like, "Oh, the Yankees just traded for Bellinger. What are the Phillies doing?" And it wasn't even me trying to be like an ass. I literally just said, "What move do you think that you would make? Who would you give up / get that is going to make people happy?"
Here's my thing though. At this point, you might end up having to trade Aiden Miller just to get a superstar. I
think that's what's going to suck. Is I think, and I don't
want
it to
happen.
And I said it, and I said this in the beginning when the season was over and they were, the trade deadline was, or whatever, you could start trading players and whatever, is that I was worried that the Phillies were going to put themselves in a corner and
be complacent.
No, I said it to you, actually, I think on one of our episodes. I just said, I think the Phillies, I don't want them to think that they are forcing them or to force themselves to make a move, if that makes sense. Now you're at the point where you're like, but do you think they're going to do it just to appease the fans?
I'm going to be honest with you. It's at this point, you have to make a move. I mean, it's not about appeasing the fans. It's about being smart and looking at the teams around you that got better.
I agree. And
dude, every target went to a different team. I don't know who else is out there that would be a needle mover for this team. I really don't. And Alec Boehm apparently has no value. Literally no value.
Yeah, and I see, I know a lot of people said too, when you heard about the A's called looking in on Alec Boehm and the Phillies,
and we asked for Mason Miller,
and and then they immediately hung up, and I'm like, but I feel like that's getting blown way out of proportion. Is because I highly doubt that the Phillies were like, oh, let's do a 1-for-1 swap. That's unrealistic. But this is how moves. But I'm saying this is how moves start. You gauge the interest. So how do we know that they were just like, oh, we want, what's up with Alec Boehm? Or like, well, we would like Mason Miller. How do we know that the whole conversation wasn't the A's were just like, no, Mason Miller is not getting moved no matter what you offer us. So that was the end of the conversation. I think literally the way articles are worded are now to bash the Phillies because it's literally everything that they've been trying to do is wrong.
It's believable. I mean,
It is.
I just think, dude,
how do we know that their offer for Tucker wasn't just was just Bohm and Castellanos? Because now I heard that they offered more for Crochet, that they did offer $8 million.
They offered it. I saw that, and they turned it down, which I'm fine with.
But that didn't come out until after Crochet was gone.
Yeah, but I also think that was just trying for them to save face.
What, that they didn't actually offer him, or?
Yeah, I think they just put that out there just to say that like they tried.
Probably.
Because,
but I mean, obviously, Bohm and Castellanos isn't enough for Kyle Tucker. But again, he would have been a rental, a 1-year rental. So really, would that have set you back? Who did you have to play third? Unless you go and sign Bregman.
At this point, I mean, just sign Bregman.
But then again, like I said last week, like
Bohm can sit the bench. I don't care.
But that lowers Bohm's trade value because then everyone knows you have to get rid of him.
He doesn't have any value. That's the problem right now. I mean, Seattle didn't even. The White Sox didn't even want him.
I don't know, dude. Bohm has value. You're not going to find.
I think if he would have had value, like a value, like we're talking, he would have been traded already.
I agree. But I mean, last year, 15 home runs. We know he can hit 20 home runs. He hit 280 and 97 RBIs. Like,
he was hurt.
Had 150 hits. I mean, he only played
weird injury.
Yeah. I mean, he missed 20 games, 19 games. Like,
just sell him on that. He's like durable.
My mom says they don't need a superstar.
I'm going to be honest with you, Eileen. I disagree at this point. I didn't think they needed one in the beginning of the offseason, but now, I mean,
but I mean, if you look at Bohm's stats last year, we were all extremely happy. 2023, we were ecstatic with what he did. He got better. He hit the same amount of RBIs that he did in 2023. He hit 5 less home runs, but he hit 13 more doubles. He had the exact, he had 2 more hits.
Really?
Like, yeah, I don't know why I'm just like telling you. I could just show you. Share screen. Like, I mean, you can't be that upset with, he struck out almost 10 less times.
But here's the thing, though. You need players that can perform in the playoffs. And what happened to him the last 2 years? He didn't do anything.
But no one did. That's the thing. Our pitching showed up. Our starting pitching showed up.
Well, hold on. Not this year, but the year before that. The offense was on a tear through pretty much the whole playoffs up until Game 6 and Game 7
Game 5. We had a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, but Game 6 they came back out and scored 7 runs and won. Yeah. Or no, Game 5 because they had
we lost 2 games in a row. We lost it. Yeah, we lost away and then at home.
Yeah, you need players to perform in the playoffs, and he did not do that.
No,
and then he throws the temper tantrum.
He had a home run in the last game.
Yeah, 2 years
Arizona.
ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
I mean, dude, it's the whole.
What did he do against the Mets? Nothing.
But
I mean, the whole offense. No I know did. That.
Yeah,
but they really didn't have a. They really didn't have a chance. That series was so fast.
It really was. I mean, and we've said this 100 times. The Mets were just us from 2 years ago.
Yeah, I really don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know who they could go after at this point. I mean, you just got to hope some superstar or some really good player just suddenly becomes available. The one player I do not want is Nolan Arenado.
No, absolutely not. Not even.
And I'm afraid that's what's going to end up happening.
I agree. And my thing is, and I said this to a few of my friends earlier in our group chat, was just like the Phillies always have worked, at least since Dave's been here, like in the shadows-esque. Yeah. Like we heard nothing about them looking at Brandon Marsh or Syndergaard or Hayes or anything like that, and then all of a sudden a deal's done. Didn't even really. It came out like the day of when they were looking at Estevez.
But like normally with that, like normally you hear a little bit of rumblings that they're interested in one player, and then they'll go and make the move like a few days later. They haven't done anything besides sign Jordan Romano.
Yeah. And that annoys me too, because not that we signed him. I'm very glad we signed him, but
Yeah.
that, like, and again, I said it last week, and I know I did. It's just like, I want a closer. I don't want this closer by committee. Just me.
No. Dude,
and you're signing a stud who can be a stud closer if he's healthy.
It's pretty bad. Our last closer was Jonathan Papelbon.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's real bad.
My fear is if they get someone equivalent or better ranked than Harper, you're going to have
No.
What, like at first? Is that what you mean? And the chemistry.
The chemistry's that's blown out of proportion.
I don't think it's an issue on the team. I don't think you're going to find a better chemistry on our team than our team. Like
no,
it's.
I also think that I don't think Harper's like that.
If you get somebody better,
like a better player,
I need you to explain. Yeah, like a better.
Who's better than Harper?
Stud? Here's the thing about Harper too is I saw a thing on there today saying like I bet if he actually here this will go to tie in with what my mom's saying is I saw a thing saying that if he felt like they could get better and somebody was better than him at first base, or that they would have a better chance with him moving to right field, then he would do it. So I do think that is in the conversation.
I'm this close to saying go get Pete Alonso. I'm real close. Yeah, but there's nobody better than him that's available.
Yeah, I mean,
Harper's a top 3 player in the league.
Yeah,
nobody's like the only 2 other players that are better than him is Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts.
Sorry, I'm gonna say Acuna.
No, stop.
You cannot.
But I will say this.
I don't even want to say it, but I'll admit it.
I'm like this close. I'm getting real close to just saying go sign Pete Alonso. I mean, why not? At this point,
what if you sign Christian Walker to a short deal?
I would mind that.
He's a Gold Glove first baseman.
Everybody's a Gold Glove.
He's got it 3 years in a row.
Yeah, because once you win it once, you're gonna win it again and again.
Well, guess who didn't win it the last 3 years? Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, it's just tough right now to see what's like, just to see them not do anything
like that, Scott. Yeah, like Pete.
Pete's not better than Harper though.
No, not even a little bit. But I mean, the issue too is with Pete Alonso is, I mean, he'll fit right in with the strike. Well, yes, he'll fit right in with the with strikeouts. 172 last year.
But look what he did in the playoffs.
I know, it's fine. Look what that's the thing is he can do fine against us, but he did play every single game this year, so he's 29. He'll be 30. He just turned 30. Shit. So literally just turned 30. I don't know. I think he goes back to the Mets.
I don't know. I heard that he said that even if the Mets are really interested, he doesn't want to go back.
Really?
Yeah. Which I don't know why.
I don't know why either, unless he just
he just wants to get paid.
Just yeah. Oh, Juan Soto. So by the way, the starting pitchers for the Cubs are Justin Steele, Shota Imanaga, which, dude, once people figured him out, he got lit.
He got rocked. Yeah, he got rocked.
Jamison Taillon. They traded for Matthew Boyd. They traded or signed for him. And Javier Assad. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starting pitchers. They are not better than the Phillies.
No, but their offense is going to be.
If Stott can get over his sophomore slump, if Turner can remove his head that is deeply jammed up there. I won't say where. And if I don't know, dude. I know Ken Rosenthal said he doesn't think Bohm's going to be on the team, and I'm like,
dude, I'm not even listening to it until it actually happens.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the next time we do a podcast, that the Phillies will make a move.
Kind of like Roki Sasaki. Just go get another pitcher if you don't think your offense is going to be good. Because that, you know what that means. You know what? Here's the thing. If they were to go sign Sasaki, to me, that means Suarez is gone. And
he's gone. He's already gone. After switching agents.
Package him. But I'm saying, to Boris. After that, I was like, dude, trade him now. Because you ain't going to be able to afford him no matter what he does.
I'm not going to lie. At this point, I would trade him.
It's amazing just to not have to deal with Boris anymore.
But do you really even need him? I mean, you got Andrew Painter.
I agree. So I think that could be the writing on the wall that they are possibly, if they're really going after him, which I doubt he's going to come here anyway. But you have options. Like, you still have Turnbull, who you can give a chance to. Or Ryan and I talked about this. If you want to like split time between Turnbull and Painter, like as starters, why not? You still have Walker too. Everyone, I know we're all forgetting about him all the time.
Why did you have to bring his name up?
Because we have to be realistic with this team and the aggravation we're all going to feel from
realistically.
Time to time.
I don't want to talk about Taijuan Walker.
Is that why you're pulling your headphones out of your ears whenever I say that?
My ears are bleeding from it.
Last thing I kind of wanted to get into was kind of a state of the MLB and ML Players Association, which Clark is a jackass. I hate him.
I don't like him either. And we had multiple conversations about him too in a couple of our episodes, and we both said we didn't like him.
I don't like him at all.
No.
Oh, your mom's saying ew about something. Oh, it's because I said Taijuan Walker.
Stop.
Sorry. Well, I could treat it like my phone does, and whenever I type it, it just changes it to Tijuana.
Tijuana. That's where we need to ship him off to.
It's just like, hey, instead of saying his name, go on vacation. You'll feel better.
Yeah.
And the fact that the best part here, let me answer my mom's question real quick. What's the time frame on Painter? So
this
Painter
year
already got Fall League Pitcher of the Year, which I'm like, the league is a month long. Don't get me.
Yeah, but he was throwing gas, and he let up like 2 runs.
He had like 2 bad innings. That was it.
Yeah.
Here's my thing: is they are absolutely going to baby him.
Well, yeah,
which they should. That's why I say I think he either is a bullpen arm here and there, probably more often, but
if they make the playoffs,
or you have him and Turnbull do what they were doing with what they did last year with. They do it with Walker. I think it was basically like him and Turnbull were piggybacking.
No, they did it with that kid Tyler Phillips.
Thank you, Jesus. I think that's what they're going to do is maybe have them go out. Be like, okay, both of you are going to pitch each day or
but
each start.
But what happens when Turnbull goes down because he can't stay healthy?
Well, then you figure it out then. Then you have a regular bullpen game and Andrew Painter pitches. Say, look, I'm only going to have you pitch 4 innings. If you're going to put an innings limit on, which they are going to, say, we're going to have you pitch 4 innings.
So
and then stretch him out as the season goes on.
If they do make the playoffs, does he pitch in the does he come out of the bullpen?
Probably.
Oh, so it would be like David Price when the Rays first called him up.
Yeah. I mean, because you say, like, if you figure, say, this is an absolute extreme. Say that Painter starts 30 games. That he goes 4 innings. It's 120 innings.
Yeah.
I say they probably have him at between 120, 150 at an absolute max. But
I agree.
The thing is, I doubt they're going to start him all the time. I doubt they're going to let him go 4 innings all the time.
I mean, I wouldn't throw him every 5th day.
No. So I think you're going to float around the more 100, 120 range. And if you're in the playoffs, then yeah, have him come out then. He ain't going to start in the playoffs.
No.
So that's my thing is I think he is going to be fighting for a starting position. And if they immediately see anything bad from Tijuana, then that's it. And I think I do think Ranger Suarez is gone because he's going to get paid.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
But my thing with the MLB and the MLB Players Association is the fact that there's this thing with the with the Athletics, where I want to get the specifics right.
The grievance thing.
So there's a thing with that they have to spend a certain amount of money each year, in order to like get money. So here it is. Nevada and Clark County are providing $380 million in public funds for a 30,000 seat dome stadium, estimated to have 33,000 capacity. Public financing doesn't begin until the A's has spent at least $100 million.
Well, they're halfway there, more than halfway.
Well, with
Severino,
Luis Severino making 20. And do you know how much money the A's have on the book for next year?
It's got to be just 67 million. It's
Severino. Dude, if you look it up, Luis Severino, $20 million. He's the only person under contract. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is the fact that Tony Clark is giving the A's a hard time because they're not signing anybody, and it's just like, well, jackass.
Nope.
My rebuttal to that is, if you would institute a floor or a cap, then maybe all these super teams wouldn't be able to happen, and it would force teams to have to spend money.
I got a better idea. Force the owner to sell the team.
That too.
Because nobody wants to play for that owner.
I agree.
Sucks. Yeah. Step in and be like, all right, you got to sell the team then.
Yeah. And which is funny because, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time a bunch of owners have
done that,
have voted to do that, but they're all a group. They're all a little
union
clan. Yeah, they're their own little groupie people. Like where it's just like, oh, I mean, it's them, and like the Pirates are the worst. Like the Pirates sit there, owner doesn't spend money. Like, oh my God, what's his name? Brian Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot tell me that his contract for that type of player, 8 years, $106 million. Like, that's a steal for him, and you lowballed him, but you know the Pirates owner is still making money off of everything, off the shares and all that.
He's making money off Paul Skeens,
right? And I mean, I'm glad he won Rookie of the Year and gets his extra year of service time. But it's just like they're saying that they need the payroll to be around $100 million. It's like $100 million, keeping owners and the Players Association off their back with the revenue sharing money they receive too.
Interesting.
It's just like, this is how if you would implement a cap or a floor, this could help solve your problem. But the MLB Players Association doesn't want to do that. Because and I'm just like, well, where's Max Scherzer? He was a huge advocate for a floor. And I'm like, yeah, you should have to you should make your product interesting. Where's jackass? What's his name? The other name I don't want to say. The commissioner.
Verlander. Oh no, geez. He's trying to implement. I saw he was trying to implement a 6-inning limit for pitchers.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, screw injuries. Right. Whatever. Yeah. Well, it's the same as somebody. Oh, who was it? I have it right here. This will be like our last thing that we talk about is the fact that what's the name? Jeff Passan posted on Twitter, and I'll give a shout out to my friend Jay. He goes, Jeff Passan says, "I've spent more than 12 years searching for answers to keep arms healthy. MLB's report on MLB's report on the matter broke little new ground, but it was a necessary first step to address an issue that's been ignored for far too long. I have an idea on what's causing arm problems. The fact that you have to throw minimum like 98 miles an hour, you have no idea where it's going.
Yeah, and we had this problem last year when players came out and said that.
Yeah,
like hitters and stuff. But
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
It's stupid at this point. Like
I know
some of the best pitchers in baseball. Yeah, they threw hard, but some of like Greg Maddux didn't have to throw 99.
Jamie Moyer didn't.
Jamie Moyer did. But I mean, like, it's like John Smoltz did, and then he was a closer and a starter. But I'm saying, like, if you have the skill to do it, learn to pitch. Don't try and blow it by everybody. The faster it comes in, the faster it leaves. That's literally one like major thing in baseball that everyone knows. Like, there's things, there's balls that are just like it should be a pop up, and it's 30 rows back.
Yeah, listen. I don't. The MLB is in such disarray. It'll be better once Manfred leaves.
Manfred.
Yeah, Manfred.
Yeah. But that is all I had for this week. I don't know. Do you have anything, Scottaroo?
No. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Can we win the division this weekend, please?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
It'd be cool. I mean, just get the hell out of get it out of the way.
Yeah, I would like it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So that was all. Oh my god, my computer's on the fritz. Good timing for us to end this because now my computer's like having a seizure.
It's the drones.
It is, dude. I saw like 4 on the way home.
Everywhere.
I saw 4 on the way home, and then all of a sudden, it just started fogging up like in my neighborhood, and I'm like, "What are they gassing me now?" Ridiculous. But Mom, John, Mama Pizzo, and Derek, and JC and Emerson, thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate it, and we will see you. We have to figure out when we're doing this because next week is Christmas Eve. So
yeah,
that ain't gonna work.
No,
we'll talk about it with Derek and Dustin and all. And maybe we can figure out a day like that they're not on or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
All
right, I will see you next week, and go Birds.
Go Birds.
Later, man.
Later.